Hello, hello, hello.
It's that time. It's that time of the week. Weirdly, on a Monday. So I guess it's really not that time of the week because we're never here at this time of the week. But we
Yeah,
are now.
I had to make some weird adjustments because the stream stopped going through, and then I had to fix it, and it's fixed. They're going through now, like confirmed they're working. But
You sure?
yes, I can see us live on both. Hi, Nate, and Nate's here to
Okay.
confirm that, at least on the Twitch end.
Nate, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming by. We
YouTube
have
was,
a
of
lot
course,
to cover.
the problem. So
What?
YouTube was, of course, the culprit. What a shock!
Oh,
Who
yeah.
could have seen that coming? But what else is new?
We have a lot to cover today because a lot has happened in the last week and a half since we last podcasted. Switch 2 launched.
I got Summer Games Fest and Xbox. Sony didn't do anything. Sony
Kind of sat this one out a little bit.
They
Just
did
overall.
they did okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But we talked about that last time. We talked about Sony last time.
Yeah, and Blake caved to the capitalist machine and did bend the knee for Nintendo.
The caving to the capitalist machine is actually me caving to my wife, but same difference.
Which I respect more, but I'm still judging you. Still judging you for buying a Switch 2.
Listen. The justification I have for you, there's nothing that came out. They gave me Bravely Default Remastered. That's enough for me. That is good enough for me.
I mean, they have Wind Waker.
I mean that too, but I don't have.
Most people know it's been a big one for me.
I don't have the upgraded version of Nintendo Switch Online, so I can't access it.
Oh, that's a bummer. Why aren't we in a family plan? Because I have the upgraded version.
I don't know. I can cancel. Mine ends in August, so we can cancel.
We probably should be on a family plan.
Yeah. Wait, aren't you in one with other people that you know?
Yeah, but I think there's room on it.
Okay, as long as there's room for 2, then that works.
I'll have to double check.
Okay.
Allison was the capitalist machine, but I don't think Allison's a capitalist machine. I think Allison's a Mario Kart machine.
She is. She bends the capitalist need to Mario Kart world.
She just loves Mario Kart.
Hold on.
I wish I loved Mario Kart. I wish I loved something the way Allison loves Mario Kart.
And Mario Party.
And Mario Party. The way she came to my apartment once and shamed me. Actually, she and Blake both shamed me for not having all the Mario Kart characters and cars unlocked because I don't play in solo mode to unlock those. So funny.
I want you to look how big the girl is. Like, she's massive. She is a big, chunky girl.
I think I'd have to hold her
Don't worry.
and like feel her in comparison to my Switch to like really understand. That is pretty big.
Like, this is an OG
Can I
Switch.
see do you sent me a home picture? We looked at the home screen last week, but can you show me the home screen? Can you show our viewers what it looks like when it's on?
The same. It's very.
It's the same.
It's very
Are
slightly
there
different.
themes?
Are there what?
Themes? That was like
No!
a really big, I don't know if you know, that was like a huge thing that people wanted for the Switch 1 was to be able to have like different game themes
My
for your home
ring
screen.
light's ruining things, but
As always, Nintendo out here doing the least.
yep.
Doing the bare minimum.
They have added nothing, though I will say this. This was my stress test. And it's not a good stress test, but it's a stress test.
Your stress test was whether you could look at your games?
No. So, Balatro on the Switch. I bought Balatro on the Switch because PSN was down for that whole weekend and I couldn't play it. And I found a physical copy. So, Balatro on the regular Switch, because it's not graphically intensive, but because there's a lot of math in the background and a lot of calculations, the Switch, of course, shits the bed. It doesn't know what it freaks out with a lot of like things it has to do. The Switch 2, it runs perfectly fine. No issues. So that was my stress test and it worked.
Like, why is Nate getting an online playing Jackbox notification while you're streaming the podcast?
You know what? I don't know, dude.
Are you secretly playing Jackbox in the background right now? Is that what's happening?
Oh, it's still open. That's why. Okay, it's closed now. Now I'm not.
Who are you playing with Jackbox with, and why wasn't it me?
Father's Day. My father.
All right.
Is that acceptable?
I guess. Sure.
Can that be done?
I had something I wanted to say about Nintendo. It wasn't good, but...
Well,
I guess that's fine.
Before we get into the news and everything, the new segment, my backlog update, because I do have a slight update. Just a slight update. For those of you who don't know, first, if you're new, I gave myself a goal to complete the backlog. Don't start the argument, Emily.
I'm not going to start the argument. I am letting it go. You're decidedly wrong, but I'm letting it go.
So currently, in my own time, I'm playing the Mass Effect collection. I'm on Mass Effect 1, and I'm about to be done with Mass Effect 1. I should be done.
And I haven't heard a single update. I didn't even know you were playing this.
I thought I told you. I've been messaging my friend Molly and G like crazy of the things that have happened. Mass Effect 1's not very long, though, is what I'm realizing. Apparently 2 and 3 are much longer.
Figured out where I am on the frickin' totem pole of Blake's life.
Well, you haven't played the regular Mass Effect games, and I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Please. Everything about that series is spoiled for me. I've seen Tia play all of it.
I know nothing, so say nothing. With it about to
Who'd
be
you
done...
romance?
Well, that's the thing. I screwed that up, too, because in Mass Effect 1, I can understand why most people say skip Mass Effect 1, because...
Not a lot of options.
Yeah, the options, one, there's not a lot of options. Two, it's a little goofy with how things are run. Like, if you're trying to figure out where to go, good luck. If you're trying to figure out if your choices are going to put you in a romance or not, good luck, because I had a target and I was doing everything right, but apparently I did everything right with somebody else, and I romanced the person I didn't want to romance without an option. So
Tia always says she accidentally I don't remember if this is 1 or 2 or 3, but she accidentally always romances Liara.
That's who I want to romance. That's who I wanted to, but I got Ashley.
Oh, you didn't get it? Because Tia tells me all the time that she like accidentally romances because she just like somehow gets put in a relationship with her because she's too nice.
Well, that's the thing. I was too nice to Ashley. I was way too nice to Ashley. I am learning that today I learned of the adverse consequences of actions without knowing fully, because I didn't talk to one of my party members enough, and I won't say who. I didn't get him to talk to me about what side quest he wanted me to do, and because I didn't do a side quest but for a certain point, which is not the point of no return, he's dead permanently in the series. So I'm learning that, and then gets to a point in 1 where you have to make a choice between one person or another, and well, I mean, if I romance Ashley, I think you can put 2 and 2 together.
You know, that could have been a way of getting out of it.
I know, but here's the thing: I don't like Ashley. I think, I mean, sure, character growth. She's not racist anymore, but she was incredibly racist at the beginning. However, Caden, who is dead now, my God, is the most boring man I've ever met in my entire life. He has no character growth, no development, and every time I put him in battle, he dies. I do not care for him.
You know what? Like, it doesn't even matter who you romanced or who you let live, because the best character of the main series hasn't even arrived yet.
That's Andromeda for Emily. Here's the thing I'm afraid of.
No, I was gonna say Garrus. I said of the main series.
I have Garrus. I have Garrus. I just can't romance him because I'm a man. Because 2007 BioWare is homophobic.
Romanceable until 2.
Yeah, if you're a female character, female shepherd.
I don't think you can romance him in 1.
Oh, you might not be able to. I mean, I have him in my party. Garrus is in my party.
Yeah, you can't romance Garrus until the second game.
Yeah. The first romance option I actually wanted that is not an option in 1 and is not an option until 2 is Tali, but I can't romance Tali in 1.
You like Tali. She's nice.
She's wonderful. So I settled with Liara because I really hate Ashley. But it didn't work out in my favor. I got the worst of the 3. Technically 2 options, so.
Well, time to start over.
I actually did tell G and Molly that I'm probably going to just New Game Plus it and brute force through it so I can get that guy alive again who died. Not Kaiden, Caden, the other guy, Rex.
You killed Rex?
I mean, this is the only person we didn't mention. Because when you play it, you'll know. You'll get to a certain point, and I couldn't save scum it either. Like, there was nothing I could do to save his life.
Why weren't you hanging out with Rex more?
I didn't... Once again, this game is shorter than I expected, and I thought I had more time to, like, do things. And I'm like, oh, I'll just do these side missions. Oh, okay, do this main quest real quick. I did 3 main quests and got to the 4th main planet, and it's like, oh, he's dead. now because of specific things that I won't mention until you play the game.
You should always hang out with the Krogan the most. The Krogans are the coolest.
I will do New Game Plus and I will get him back. So.
Okay. You should.
It's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, congrats. I had no idea. Well, you told me a while ago you were going to start, but then you never told me you were actually playing.
I finally did it. I will say the most interesting part of 1 is its story. And even then, it's pretty generic so far. I want more.
How many hours did you put into it?
I'm not done, but I'm at 11 and a half.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not very long. It's very short main story. So, honestly, if I would have skipped the side quests I did, I probably could have finished it in like 8-9 hours.
I had no idea it was so short.
2 and 3 are apparently much longer.
Yeah, Andromeda took me like 70 hours.
Yeah, so that's the difference. This first game is not very long, but I mean, it's for what it is. The story's good, and I know I'm considering New Game Plusing it on another time because I think for my first run of all 3 games, it needs to be the consequences of my actions, yada yada yada, and just go with the flow. I did screw something up because it didn't give me the character creation option, so I'm just generic, boring looking shepherd, and I hate it.
I like that shepherd.
I know, which I'm hoping if New Game Plus allows me to redo him, then I will redo him into her because she can still romance Liara. Hell yeah. And go from there.
I do like the female shepherd better. She's also voiced by the same voice actress who did the later versions of Cinderella. That's my fun fact.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I'm doing Mass Effect. I also have not been progressing through God of War because we've been playing Repo on stream a lot.
We've been playing a lot of Repo, a significant amount of Repo.
I love Repo. I will be doing God of War the next 2 days because Emily's too busy.
Yeah, I have not been playing much of anything, but the Dreamlight Valley update comes out on Wednesday, so.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't do podcast Wednesday, because she had to play it.
Well, okay, let's be clear. I also have a work conference I have to be downtown for until like 7:30. So the odds of me making it back for a podcast originally were probably pretty slim to begin with.
Right. It's
then
fine.
add the fact that it's a Dreamlight Valley update day.
All right, let's jump into news and then we'll get into the story that is also news.
Like our story is the news.
I know, but this is the stuff that doesn't matter nearly as much. Like the little things that are just kind of goofy. Stellar Blade came out on PC last week. Okay, great. Congrats, PlayStation. That's not the news.
Jiggle physics on your PC now.
Huh?
I said you could have jiggle physics on your PC now.
Oh, that's part of the news. Within hours, original mods for nudity already came out. No one's shocked about that one. The one I was shocked by, and that got reported on because it is kind of bananas. Someone made a pregnancy mod, making the main character pregnant through your playthrough. Why?
Can I just say, I hate men.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Like, come on. It's yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Nate, Repo's real good. Real good.
In other news, Repo's really good, and the more fun.
In other news, Repo's still my game of the year.
Other than Summer Games Fest and all that, that's like my only piece of news because everything else is like around that. That and then the Switch sales numbers, but we can talk about that when we get to the Switch 2 release date.
Switch 2 selling a good amount. All right, yeah, let's talk about Summer Games Fest first, and then we'll end on Switch 2 because that's going to be a mostly you thing. Because I don't want to keep being bitter about Nintendo, so I'll try to shut my mouth. So let's talk about Summer Games Fest because I've been waiting to talk about this for days. You guys, waiting. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Do the thing.
Cool. Let's just start with it. It's the first thing on this list. Resident Evil 9 got announced. Resident Evil Requiem. I'm so excited. Words cannot describe it. It was the last trailer of Summer Games Fest, and they like bait and switched me like 3 different times throughout that. What do I want? That show.
Yeah, the creator came out and said if you just wait a little bit longer, making it seem like it was not going to be announced for another few months.
Well, so that was even like the second one. The first one They did a few. So the first time they started talking about it, they were like, oh, it's a long-standing series, blah, 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 blah. And then they showed a video with the voice actress of Lady Dimitrescu in the castle, speaking as Lady Dimitrescu, all dressed up, blah, 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 blah. And we thought we were going to get an announcement. And instead she was like, actually, the series is on sale on Steam. Bye! Which was depressing. And then she came back later again and was like, now, here's the creator of Resident Evil.
Real quick, Zotas, welcome in. Yes, say better about Nintendo. I don't blame you. Sorry, continue.
I will always stay bitter about Nintendo. It's just at some point I feel like people want me to shut up about it. And then they brought out the creator of Resident Evil who was like, wait just a little bit longer. Okay, thanks, bye. And then finally, the very, very last trailer was Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I'm so excited. I'm very eager to see how the story and the main characters are going to unfold. There's a lot of discussion about that. So they revealed that this girl that you're seeing here on the screen, I believe her name is Grace Ashford. Sorry, not Ashford.
Sorry.
Her mom is a character in Resident Evil Outbreak, which is a side game. And she is now working for the FBI, and she has to go back to the hotel where her mother was murdered. It also looks like we're going to be going back to Raccoon City, which we have not explored since the bombing of Raccoon City 20-some years ago. We haven't been back at all. So I'm really excited to go back. It looks like some things survived. Looks like maybe some people survived. Like there's some weird stuff going on there. I think the biggest discussion point though right now... Oh, we also did confirm that you can choose between first and third person, which I know was a big deal for a lot of people because a lot of people, myself included, really enjoyed the horror aspect of 7, and the first person viewpoint really helped with that. But I also know first person makes a lot of people really ill, and a lot of people like the over to the shoulder third person, and you're going to have both. But the biggest discussion has been who's going to be the protagonist. I have seen a lot of people saying that Grace is going to be the protagonist. I've seen a lot of people saying it's going to be Leon, and Leon's going to return to be the protagonist. I will say that hasn't been confirmed, but I've seen news outlets reporting it as though it's confirmed, which shame on you guys.
Leon's a bootlicker. Thank you. Sorry.
I'm bitter because I don't like Leon. So, but they did say that it's probably going to be a dual protagonist system, and that Grace is going to be probably leaning more toward the horror survival, going to be trapped in the hotel, very reminiscent of Resident Evil 7 when you're in those tight corridors. And there's probably going to be, they said, a familiar face. I could see it being Chris. I could see it being Leon. I could see it being Jill. Carlos. I really hope it's Jill. Actually, I'd love if it was Carlos. But that person is probably going to be handling the weapons aspect, and they're going to have maybe more like the action.
So, Toss, that was secret information. If you could not put my business on the internet that I'm going to be the protagonist of RE9, gasp.
That would actually be incredible.
I barely got through RE7 with Emily holding my hand. Okay, I'm a baby. It's.
I'm really excited for the possibilities in this one. I liked what they showed. I liked it seems like there's going to be a variety of characters and gameplay. I think the only way it could let me down in any way is if it really was just another Leon Ada game, especially coming right after 4, the 4 remake. That would be a bit disappointing. I know a lot of people would be really excited about that. And I'll probably still love the game anyway. I still love Resident Evil. But I really hope they bring back some of the characters we haven't seen in a while, like Jill. I miss her desperately, and I would love to see her and Claire. I'm just excited we're getting fresh blood again, and that I'm gonna be real. I'm excited we're getting a female protagonist. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for Resident Evil to have like a featured female protagonist. So I'm excited.
In other news, when Emily finally gets her computer situation figured out, she will be forcing me to play my second Resident Evil game of all time. Unfortunately, RE5.
So my plan when this got announced was I was going to stream through the entire series all over again because I wanted fresh on all of the references and everything by the time Resident Evil 9 released February 27th, which is super exciting. But my computer's struggling a little, so my first stream kind of went down in flames. But Blake is... I did tell when I got to Resident Evil 5, it's a co-op game, so I have somebody to play with me, and Blake very bravely...
I was her last choice.
On the condition that I play as Chris Redfield.
That is also the condition.
Which is unfortunate for me, because I'm not a huge Chris fan, but I'll do it.
Side note, Em, do you have YouTube chat up?
No, I don't have the YouTube chat up.
That would explain why I'm talking to somebody by myself and you haven't noticed.
I figured you were talking to somebody on YouTube. Hold on. I'm pulling it up, friends.
LOL,
No, our stream came up and then it changed to something else. Hold on.
LOL, RE5 is definitely something. Yeah, it is one of the games of all time.
Something for sure. It's something for sure.
It is one of the video games of all time. That's all you need to know.
It is a video game that exists. And it's one that exists in the Resident Evil universe. Is it a good game? Questionable. Not really. But we're still going to play it because I'm going to play through all of them. I'm even going to play 6. I've never played 6 before.
Wait, which is the racism, the 5 or the 6?
5. 5 is the one where you are a white guy who goes to Africa and starts slaughtering native tribes.
Yeah.
So, a little rough.
While you're pulling that up, we'll move right along. For some quick things, Liza P. Overture was available on the announcement. So if you're a Liza P. fan, your DLC is available. I know a lot of people love Liza P. So good for you.
That was a pretty popular one when it came out.
Soulsborne fans, rejoice. Dying Light. Do not care about Dying Light. It released in August. Not for me.
Sorry, you're just going in order, aren't you? I was just going to
start. Oh, not even in order of just in order of what's on this article because it makes it easy.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, Rise of the Deceiver, which is created by a member of the Wu-Tang Clan, is coming out. And I kind of am gonna play it, I think, only because it's Wu-Tang Clan.
People think weird passion projects like this. This person really just wanted this game to exist.
Look, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, so I'm probably gonna play this game. I'm full in. I'm going to play this, even though I have no connection to this type of game at all.
I'll watch you, and it would be great.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword. We got a Summer Games Fest trailer for that, but we knew that was coming already.
Oh, no.
For the next Onimusha game.
Mads Mikkelsen is continuing his video game streak. He was in Death Stranding, for those of you who know, and now he's going to be in Hitman. He's actually going to be playing a character from James Bond because the James Bond game will be coming out next year. But there's a new DLC available for Hitman, which will feature Mads Mikkelsen.
I hadn't even gotten to that point, but here it is.
There was nothing else before that I really thought to talk about, but I'm so ready for you to talk to me about Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, I don't care about Game of Thrones. Whatever. Who cares? Arc Raiders as well. If you're into it, sure. I'm not. Scott Pilgrim EX is a new Scott Pilgrim game, and if you don't know,
Scott Pilgrim fan, aren't you?
Huh?
Are you a big Scott Pilgrim fan?
It's my second favorite movie of all time, but I'm not obsessed with it.
Well, if it's your second favorite movie of all time, I'd say you're a big Scott
Pilgrim. I'm a big fan. I will say the first Scott Pilgrim game is the reason I'm an all physical collector and am kind of adverse to digital, because that's what burned me, was when I bought it on PS3 and then my hard drive corrupted, and because they took it off the shop, I could never download it again.
That is really sad.
So they did re-release the game, and I got the physical version of it, but that's what made me go all physical, because I'm I spent $20 on this and I can't access it because you pulled off the store because of licensing. I don't agree with that.
Should have given you a refund for that one, really.
Nah. Mortal Shell 2, whatever. Square Enix reveals Killer In. This one actually looked interesting.
This one I clicked away from. I started doing something else because it all came on screen, and I was like, this looks ridiculous. Every character looked ridiculous. It
is a social deduction game. Think like Among Us, but a whodunit murder mystery in a mansion.
In anime style.
And it's Square Enix. What did you expect? It looks actually incredible. Killer In looks so good that I'm willing to
heard a lot of really good things about it. I actually have to go back and rewatch the trailer because, like I said, I did click away.
Watch it. I think the whole concept is a good take on the genre. I think it's interesting. So, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Are you gonna play either Death Stranding or no?
So, I plan on at least watching my friend play Death Stranding 2. Insane? I don't know. I played a good chunk of Death Stranding 1, and it wasn't really for me. At least the gameplay. But I didn't get very far in it to, experience all the types of gameplay. The story is Kojima, so it's weird and whack. And this trailer that they showed at Summer Games Fest was a conversation with people you didn't know. It's a very Kojima trailer. Just be like, here, have a random cutscene with no context or explanation whatsoever.
It's called ominous.
It's weird. But that will be coming out in 10 days, actually.
Yeah,
so
that's very soon. Wildgate, I don't remember anything about it. Most of the things I'm going to talk about from Summer Games Fest are from the Xbox Showcase, to be honest. Not interesting. I don't remember it.
They did announce Project Century is doing Stranger Than Heaven. Wasn't that the one that we both thought looked really interesting?
Where's Stranger Than Heaven?
It's right under
no.
Wildgate. Wasn't that the one that looked like it was in like 1920s LA noir style?
Oh no, you're right. Oh, let me.
This is the one that looks really interesting to me. Like this one came on, I was like, ooh, I want to play that.
Yeah, let me see, because maybe I am wrong. Because now I'm remembering. I forgot all about it. I think.
I accidentally told them I was 17 or under.
Now you're screwed, child. Yeah, it is the noir. Yep, no, you're right. I take it back. This was one that looks interesting.
Yeah, this one looked a lot like a lot of fun.
And this is one that also jumped time. At first, I thought this was a Yakuza game. Whenever they were showing stuff,
it has that kind of vibe to it. But I'm really excited. I think this one will be a lot of fun. I hope.
Yeah,
I'm excited to learn more about it.
I don't think we have a release date at all, but I'm interested.
No, I don't believe so.
Bandai Namco, it's anime, it's weeb. I hope you love it.
This whole Summer Games Fest was a huge win for two groups of people: horror fans and anime fans.
Yeah.
They both ate really well.
Especially for the Sonic Racing Crossworlds next trailer. Like, we knew the game was coming, but they told us we're getting Hatsune Miku.
Let me just say, I took a screenshot of this and sent it to you, Blake. But when Hatsune Miku came on screen, 3 separate people texted me at the exact same moment. Hatsune Miku!
We're also getting Like a Dragon's Ichiban Kasuga and Joker Persona from Persona 5. And there's also Minecraft Steve, but I don't care.
It's like, this is such a weird concept to me, right? Because this is not a game that in any kind of logic should exist. There's no reason Sonic should be driving a car to be going fast. He runs fast. That is literally like his thing. But also they were like, we don't have Mario, so here, take Hatsune Miku. You want Joker? Awesome too.
Here's the thing where it does make sense. I mean, technically Sega owns Hatsune Miku and owns Persona because Sega owns Atlas. So I mean, but they don't own Minecraft Steve, so that one I don't know.
It is weirdly like they took a bunch of the Smash Bros DLC characters and then threw to their own game.
Oh, dude, put Hatsune Miku in Smash. I'll go right back to Smash and only play that exclusively for months.
You win every time. You can't beat Hatsune Miku.
Atomic Heart fans were excited for Atomic Heart 2. I didn't play the first one. So
sorry, can you just look at this still with me for a minute?
Booty.
Yeah. He's like in a full uniform.
And then she's Booty. And that's it.
This looks cute.
Huh?
I scrolled down away from the booty, and now I'm looking at Lego Voyagers.
Oh, yeah. Lego Voyagers, I don't know if you guys ever played, there was a Lego game from the 90s where you're a pizza delivery driver, and you have to start up a villain, and I played that a lot as a kid. This reminded me of that, but 2-player. No, I'm thinking of a different Lego game. This was the 2-player Lego game, though. This was the co-op 2-player. This is the It Takes Two.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this one.
Obviously,
this isn't going to be the exact same style, but my friend T and I, we loved playing the Lego games back in the day. We played through the Lego Harry Potter games together. We played through, I think, the Star Wars and Indiana Jones as well. So I'm always down for a Lego game. Those are so fun.
That'll probably be our next game on stream, if I had to guess. If we don't do something beforehand. Next game on Podstation stream, I mean. She goes on my stream all the time already. But yes.
The second one I'm excited about.
Ill? I don't remember anything about this.
It looked good. It had really weird monsters. It was giving like Resident Evil mixed with like Dead Space kind of it just looked cool. It just looked really cool. I think the character designs, it was very Resident Evil coded, kind of gothic, but I thought it looked really neat. I love horror, so
She likes the spook.
this one will probably be on the list.
Chronicles Medieval. It's a medieval fighting game. Narration from Tom Hardy, if you're into that, sure.
It was the wild thing when they said Tom Hardy's narrating it.
Yeah, that's it from like the biggest announcements. There's a lot of little things sprinkled in. Nothing that I can really remember, though, off the top of my head.
Oh. This was in Summer Games Fest, but I don't actually see it here. We also got more details and a full trailer for Silent Hill F.
Yes, that's right.
Which, I'm super excited about. We're eating good horror. We got the Ill announcement. We have Silent Hill F coming, I believe, in September. And then they also announced, the Blooper team announced that they are currently working on the Silent Hill remake.
Hold on.
So, lots of good horror stuff going on right now.
I'm happy that you're eating good. I didn't eat good until the Xbox Showcase. Which, here's the thing you need to know about me and Emily. Neither of us are Xbox girlies. Bean might be, but I'm not sure.
Bean, are you an Xbox girly? That sounded like a no.
Yeah. Neither of us are Xbox girlies. For one, though, I will say this: almost everything announced, with the exception of 2 or 3 things, they finally are just putting everything on PlayStation. A lot of things that are Xbox Game Studio are coming to PlayStation. So I think we're almost at the period where they're just going to pull out of consoles altogether. I don't think it's going to be the next generation, but after that, I think they're just going to go full software, put everything on PlayStation, put everything on PC, and call it a day. Because that's where all the money is, right?
Yeah.
We did get announcement, like they had a whole thing for Outer Worlds 2, which looks incredible, which actually makes me want to add Outer Worlds 1 to my backlog for this year, but I just don't have the time.
Do you have a copy of it? Do you want to take my copy?
I have a copy of Outer Worlds, yes.
Oh, okay. I played that one for a while. Maybe I should try replaying it. I couldn't get into it.
Outer Worlds was created by Obsidian, who created Fallout New Vegas. They just used the assets from Bethesda to create New Vegas, and they created the best Fallout game out of all of them. So I know I'll be into it because this is what Starfield should have been, from what I understand.
Well, let's play it. You should play it first.
I will play it first.
And then go there.
Yeah. We'll see. Because Starfield is one of the games of all time.
It is another game of all time.
We are also getting... Can I just see the announcements? I guess I didn't... I guess this will work. Sure.
You're just on like... Oh. You're not on the announcement.
I know. Let me see. Here we go. This is what I wanted. This is the biggest announcements. That's fine with me, because I can remember things. Outer Worlds 2, like we already said.
Hear what your favorite announcement was?
My favorite announcement was? I'm going to wait till the end for that one.
Oh, okay.
Or whenever it comes up. If it comes up in here. Outer Worlds 2, it's getting its sequel. It looks actually really, really good compared to the first one, so I'll play Outer Worlds 1, just play Outer Worlds 2. Both Outer Worlds 1 and Outer Worlds 2 are very anti-capitalist, and if you know anything about me... So...
Don't let him say that. He just bought a Switch 1.
Yeah, that was being subservient to my wife.
Don't let him call himself anti-capitalist. He bought Switch day 1. Maybe day 2.
It was day 5. Still not great. I'm not helping myself.
5.
High on Life 2 is getting a sequel, which I haven't played the first one. It's been on my list, especially since the news about Justin Roiland came out that it was all fake and made up. So, wonderful.
I've never heard of High on Life.
High on Life was the Rick and Morty creator, his game, where you have a talking gun. It was huge when it came out, and people loved it. And then the Justin Roiland controversy came out that he essayed some people, and then all those people, it was like one person, and that person came out and said, I lied. I'm like, lovely. Great.
Okay, great.
So,
I don't really want any part of this. There's a fish flying at me, and he looks really angry, and I'm not into that.
Speaking of horror fans eating good, A Plague Tale Resonance is coming out. It's the next chapter in the Plague Tale series.
I really need to finish playing through that series.
Yes. So I know you're going to be super into this.
I'm super pumped for it. I've played maybe half of the first Plague Tale, and it was really good. It had a lot of the stealth mechanics I really love. I never went back to it for some reason, so I'm hoping to play through the first two, and then play this before it comes out, or play this when it comes out.
Horror game, not for me. This one pissed me off because everyone is saying, "Oh, Xbox went back to being." Xbox started their own handheld. Xbox has a handheld. It's not an Xbox handheld. It's an ROG Ally with an Xbox skin that can do the same thing an ROG Ally can already do, just with the Xbox skin and some of the home button features. Like, it's nothing special.
Not a new creation.
It's really not. From what I understand, I think the price is going to be lower because of the Xbox collaboration, and you may get
the Xbox collaboration makes it less valuable.
No, because
is that what you're telling me?
No, it's because console makers, except for Nintendo, sell their consoles at a loss because they make money in software and they want consoles to go out the door so you can buy more software.
Right, but you just said because of the Xbox collaboration.
No, right. So Xbox is going to sell this at a loss versus ROG, who's selling it at a profit.
But the price of the console, the price of this is not.
I don't even know if that's true. If it's if the price is changing or not. But if I had to guess, no, listen. The ROG Ally itself is a gaming PC handheld that ROG sells for a profit, right? Asus owns ROG. Xbox will create a console, and they're probably with them because they want to get more Game Pass subscriptions and stuff out, and they want to have this in more people's hands because they make more money with more Game Pass subscriptions they sell. They will sell the console itself at a loss and make it cheaper so more people will buy it, so more people will get Game Pass. Just like they sell, they lose money for every Xbox they sell. They'll lose money for every one of these they sell, except for when you buy Game Pass, they'll start making the money back.
Just to be clear, your words were because of the Xbox collaboration, the price is going to go down.
I said should, potentially. I don't know even that for sure. I have no clue for sure, but we'll see. I hope it does. That'd be incredible. But who knows? I could be wrong. They could be greedy.
We'll find out.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. Because they are partnering with Asus at ROG, they may not be able to do that because Asus needs to make their money back. So.
Sorry. I actually want to talk about something else completely different. Are people in chat here? Are you saying Asus? Is that how it's pronounced?
Asus? A-S-U-S? Yeah, Asus.
I've always said Asus.
Yeah, it's Asus.
I want a third party to weigh on this.
Our friend Nate in chat, I used to work at Best Buy with him, and he can confirm that I worked in the computers department there. And that's where I learned myself I was saying it wrong.
I don't like Asus.
It could be either. I still hear people say Asus, and I don't say anything. It's one of those things I just don't care.
Asus sounds better. Asus sounds silly. It sounds like you're saying Asus, like a Dr. Seuss.
No.
Asus. Okay, I'm letting it go.
Let's move on. The Blood of Dawnwalker is a vampire type horror game. I don't remember it super well.
Ooh.
You might enjoy it, but I can't remember it.
I like vampires. I like horror.
This may be coming to PS5 as well, if I'm remembering correctly.
I can't believe there was a vampire horror game and you didn't tell me about it.
It's an action RPG. I was wrong. It is not a horror.
I like action RPGs, though.
Yeah, you do. So you might be into it. I guess we'll see. So mark this down and go look at it. It's a vampire thing. Super Meat Boy 3D, which if you were a fan of the indie classic, one of the first huge indies to really blow up, Super Meat Boy back in the day, it is getting its first 3D game.
It's so cute.
And it's going to be as difficult and challenging as the 2D games. So all my hardcore platformer fans rejoice. I could not get through the original Super Meat Boy. It is that hard, and I'm the platformer boy.
You, the biggest platformer person I know, are not going to play this?
I will play it. I could not. The 2D version is so hard. The 3D one, maybe I'm better at 3D platformers than I am 2D platformers. Easier. Well, I guess we'll see. It depends. I guess we'll see. Ninja Gaiden 4 is in development by Platinum Games. I never played a Ninja Gaiden game. I have no.
Didn't hear of 1, 2, or 3.
You never heard of any of them?
No.
Oh, they were big. They were bloody.
I can tell there's blood on this man.
This one is the biggest, like, shock of all time.
This is the funniest. This was the funniest one for me. Game Freak out here laughing at Nintendo.
Yeah, Beast of Reincarnation. So, for those of you who know about Game Freak develops the Pokemon games. However, Nintendo owns Pokemon, but Nintendo doesn't own Game Freak. So, Game Freak has occasionally put out, like, their own titles. They have some game called The Badass Elephant that's on Steam only. They have a game on the Game Boy called Dig Diver. People like their regular games that aren't Pokemon as well. The thing that is funny about this one, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox, is the fact that we got Pokemon and Scarlet and Violet, like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, and it looks like dog water. This looks beautiful. This game looks incredibly gorgeous in every aspect. Like, well, my God.
This is probably what obviously makes a difference, is the art style for Pokemon to begin with is a lot more like of a chibi art than like a photorealistic or like full anime style, right?
Yeah.
Well, second, they had to work with the limitations of what could run Switch, which is not a lot.
Which they still didn't do very well. No. That was a piece of news.
Add to that the timing limitations of Nintendo wanting to get them out. Yeah. Probably not give money that they needed to do so, and what you ended up with was a laggy, buggy game that didn't look great or run well on the console it was to run them. And I don't really think that's Game Freak's fault.
I did forget to mention that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, all their bugs and glitches and frame rate drops are fixed on the Switch too as well, apparently.
I did see a lot of people talking about that. I'm not going to keep trying to be bitter of Nintendo, but I've seen some people be, look at it, look how good it runs, this is amazing. And I'm like, it took 2 years, and you had to pay $500 to get this game to run the way it should have run from the beginning.
I have a theory. I have a theory that it originally was supposed to be a Switch 2 release, but then they pushed back the Switch 2 a year, and so they're like, okay, we'll just get it out now on the Switch 1.
There were a lot of things that should have been Switch 2 releases, quite frankly. The Switch, as great of a console as it is not capable of running a lot, and I think when you look at the choice between releasing something early that's not going to run well and waiting to build it on something that it can run well on, you should do the second one.
Yeah.
You know, I guess maybe people who have been enjoying it for the past years would say otherwise because they wait another 2 years. I do just think it's weird that people praise Nintendo for doing the bare minimum. Things that it should have been doing from the start. The game should have been playable from the start. It shouldn't have been laggy. It shouldn't have been buggy. It should have looked better. And now, after they've waited 2 years and spent $500, like, it's doing so good. And it's like, no guys. I heard somebody reviewing Switch 2 today, who's talking about how much faster Animal Crossing loads and how, like, it doesn't lag when you have furniture now. And I'm like, why was a game that came out only after the launch of the Switch struggling to run doing the basic game function?
Mm-hmm.
That's not an achievement. It's the bare minimum that it should have been doing. And you've now had to wait 5 extra years and pay $500 more to achieve that. And that's not including the games that they're charging $10 to $20 for the upgrade. Or the, like, special edition online member that you could get that would also pay for the upgrade.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
I'm done complaining about Nintendo.
We're going to talk about Nintendo later, so we're not there yet. Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is getting a DLC coming out September 4th. This is on my list because it is on PlayStation as well.
I do want to play Indiana Jones. It did actually look pretty good, and so this is something that I would like.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm gonna play it at some point. Grounded 2 got a release date, or got an announcement. Which I didn't think the first one was big enough to get a second one, but I mean, good for Grounded fans, I guess. So.
Yeah, I don't have much to add on that one. I heard very little about the first.
This one didn't have a title on it. I thought I skipped something. I didn't. Clockwork Revolution.
Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah, this one was a big one for me. It looks incredible. It is. It's very steampunky, fast-paced, like first-person shooter, but you can adjust time. There's time elements. It looks very interesting. I don't really want to say too much. I think you should watch the trailer, but it looks super interesting, and I want to give it a shot if it comes to PlayStation. If not, I'll get Game Pass or get it on Steam or something. Probably on Steam because I don't want to pay for Game Pass.
Nate, I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're getting a Grounded too. I have nothing against Grounded. I just don't know much about it.
Same. Hi Juice. Hi Juicy. Chronos: The New Dawn. I don't remember anything. After Silent.
Wait. I'm sorry. Are you telling me that the Blooper team announced a new third-person survival horror, and you did not tell me?
I thought you were gonna come and watch this eventually. To be honest. I love the Blooper team. They made Layers of Fear. They went on to make The Medium, then they went into the franchise. This, just from the one photo I'm looking at, looks awesome. They're calling it its redemption arc. I've always been a Team Blooper fan. I didn't know they needed a redemption arc, especially after Silent Hill 2. Let me see.
I thought they were Silent Hill 2 reviewed really well. Why are we calling it its redemption arc after Silent Hill 2?
Oh, is it? It's only... Oh, no, it is going to come out on PlayStation as well, so...
Okay, we don't have to go. This isn't news. I'm just so confused as to why they're calling Silent Hill 2 a fan. Maybe I misunderstood that one, but I had a great time with it, and I thought the Blooper team did a great job with it.
I thought most people did like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people have had, like, mixed feelings on Blooper over the years. I know a lot of people have called their games, like, pretty slow, kind of like Walking Simulator. Got a lot of that criticism. But I think they did a really good job with Silent Hill 2. But I'll definitely be checking out Chronos: The New Dawn and keeping up with it.
There Are No Ghosts in Grand. I don't remember this one. That's right. Okay, this one also looked interesting. So, have you ever gotten those ads for Gardenscapes on your phone? It's a little phone game where you're matching things and then you fix the garden and you fix the mansion.
No.
Oh, well, it's a little iPhone game that's free. Where essentially you do things and you fix the mansion in any way you want based off the 3 items. It's a cheap little cash grab. The only reason I mention it is because this looks like a full-fledged game with a similar concept of fixing up the mansion. However, it's got a mystery, slightly spooky twist to it because they left some ominous notes in it. This one looks pretty interesting as well, and I will be checking it out.
Interesting. I'll watch the trailer for it.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty cool. Aphelion, I don't remember this one, so I'm gonna skip it.
Don't Nod.
Huh?
It's Don't Nod.
Who's Don't Nod? Oh, Life is Strange, Deb. There it is.
They made Life is Strange. The way Blake looked me in the eye and was like, Xbox Showcase was great. They announced Persona 4 and then walked away.
Hey, you spoiled it!
Don't Nod game, or that there's a new Blooper Team game.
Which was this one? Hold on, because I watched it last week, and I guess I just blanked. I got a lot of things out of my brain because it's actually been a week and a half. That's right.
Wow,
Okay.
Nothing like what I thought a new Don't Nod game would look like.
Yeah, this game looked somewhat okay. I didn't have like a huge connection to it, but I'm glad for people who did.
I'll have to watch the full thing later. That's exciting. I'll have to watch the full thing later. That's exciting.
Mudang, Two Hearts. Yeah, this is it's a North Korea, South Korea setting game. Looks very interesting. I want to know more about it. I don't really know that much about it, but the trailer looked good.
The concept sounds very interesting. I don't know. It's called military. It was military. I don't know how that's going to pan out in terms of gameplay.
I mean, I just hope it's not a, Call of Duty type military game. I'm just trying to remember now. Let me see. Because once again, I do remember this. Somewhat. Yeah, this is a military Call of Duty type game. Yep, now I'm looking at it.
Yeah, no, that's not for me. That's not for me.
But then there's weird things like this. So I don't fully know if it is or isn't. I want to see more.
A protagonist system.
Like I said, I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it.
Sounds like an interesting concept.
Anemo, which looks more like Pal World. It's a free-to-play Pokemon-like game.
Is this not Pal World?
It's not Pal World.
Are we sure?
I will be skipping this one. So sorry.
How many times can you make a sheep? Like,
I don't know.
and not have it be Mareep or the thing from Pal World? How do you come up with enough different character designs to not just be Pal World or Pokemon? I think they had covered all the main base. Are you that thing the second to the right, that big, like, is it a Growlithe? Isn't that what that thing's?
A Growlithe? A Growlithe, kind of. I mean, this is more like a wolf, but yeah. I guess, yeah, Growlithe is a giant dog.
There's a Pokemon or Pal that looks exactly like that.
Growlithe.
Okay, I guess he's a little smaller than I thought.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the big one, Arcanine, that's the evolved form.
Okay, I guess it's not quite the match that I thought it was, but
I mean, it still looks like a fire dog, so...
he looks like I've seen Batman before.
We got
Can't
Solo...
wait to hear the news about the Nintendo lawsuit that follows that one.
Oh, yeah, right? Another one? Solo Leveling, which is based off the anime, is coming out with the game. It looks interesting enough. I'm probably going to give it a shot. I know nothing about Solo Leveling, though. I never watched the anime. I don't watch anime.
It's a 4-player co-op game.
Yeah, so... Who
are you going to play with?
I'm probably you and Jeremy and Max.
It's great news for me to know.
I actually don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Planica Lana 2. I don't remember anything of this. It looks like it was a little
I saw it. I saw the yellow. Come on, do it.
Yeah. This is my big announcement. Persona 4 Revival. They should have called it Rewind, but I'll let it slide. I will let it slide. It should have been Persona 4 Rewind. But Persona 4 I keep wanting to say 5. Persona 4 Revival, the second remake and the third of the Persona games with an R in the title now. P4R is coming. We don't have a date. We got just small snippets and screenshots, and Atlas really just had us sitting there like, we need more. You don't want to know why I think...
Stop for a second.
Yeah.
Because you said a lot of things, but I have not stopped thinking about the first thing that you said.
Should have been Rewind?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been Rewind.
And now I can't let go of that. Like,
are you telling me...
Why was it Rewind? It's about TV.
Oh, I thought you were about to ask why it should have been. Yeah, no, it absolutely should have been Rewind.
It should have been Rewind. You go into the TV.
Yep.
The 3 is reload, rewind. Those two could
reload, rewind, royal. It works.
I mean, I guess Revival technically fits into the R scheme, but
so does Rewind.
It's not as good as Rewind.
Thank you.
Rewind is a lot better. And you said that, and I thought about it, and then I didn't stop thinking about it. And you moved on from it, but I didn't move on from it.
I haven't moved on it since the announcement, but we didn't get much. We got small snippets.
You like to reach out to them and let them know what to do.
Dear Atlas, rename your game to Rewind, you dumb assholes. Thank you. Also, when come out?
I think I'm gonna for your birthday, I'm gonna get you a new cover that says Rewind.
Oh, you're just gonna give me a custom cover for Persona 4?
Yeah. Well, I can't make a custom game.
True.
Just to change the name. I guess I could tape something over your screen where the title screen is, but
then I have to take it off every time. I'm excited. I played the original Persona 4. Persona 3, I didn't play the original because it was very rough and dated. But the remake made me want to play it. I think Persona 4's remake, because once again, it's a remake of a game from 2008, 2009. It will get a lot of people to play Persona 4 now, which I think has the best characters of all three games. P3 has the best story. P4 has the best characters. P5 has the best all around. P4 is a wonderful game, and putting it more in the modern era, I'm excited for it. I just wish we got more information. And I hope
it's probably coming. This was just an announcement.
Yeah, the only thing I'm scared of is that they're going to do what they did with P3 Reload and not give us the extra stuff. I mean, based on how... Huh?
Did you have to pay for the extra stuff for Persona 3? It wasn't just a free DLC?
Yeah, for Persona 3 Reload, you had to pay, I think it was $20 for the DLC.
That's ridiculous.
It is. Especially when FES exists on the PS3, though it is once again dated. Persona 4, however, kind of like Royal, Persona 5 versus Persona 5 Royal, you technically couldn't make it a DLC because there was new stuff sprinkled in throughout the main story. So I think they're either going to go and make it a remake of Golden, the second release for Persona 4, or they're just going to make a Persona 4 vanilla. And I really hope they don't go vanilla. I hope they give us Persona 4 Golden treatment as the remake.
Yeah, I would hope that as well.
I mean,
for sure.
My God. I only played Golden. I didn't play Vanilla. I own Vanilla P4, but I've only played Golden on the Vita. So
I've only played like 6 hours of that game.
I remember you have a lot of you have 2 Persona games to get through. Fallout 76 is getting a fishing expansion, Gone Fission. I haven't played 76, but I'm
funny to me. This is happening like 5 years later.
Yeah, because the show came out.
What?
Because the show came out and everyone was like, "Oh, hey, look, we should give 76 another chance since they fixed it," and now people love it.
This is more than just a mini game, as you can combine different types of bait.
Yep. Yep. Juice says still
I
haven't
hope
played.
It's free.
Probably if I had to guess, but I don't know.
If you had to pay to get like fishing in a 5-year-old game,
pass.
When did 76 come out?
2017 or 2018. Fishing. I still haven't played Persona 4. Juice played Persona 4. Well, you can wait for a remake. Unless it doesn't get the golden treatment, then play Persona 4.
7-year-old game. They're adding fishing to a 7-year-old game.
Yeah, it's an old game. Well, if we want to count how long it's been working, 5 years is probably right.
It is free and it's available now.
Okay, good. Okay.
So if you have Fallout 76, rush back, reinstall it.
I'm not an MMO guy, so I'm unaffected. It's not for me. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 got announced and will be coming out, and there is Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
So, hell yeah.
Always love to see Tony Hawk.
There's Invincible Versus. It's a fighting game in the Invincible universe. So,
Yep.
This one's big. Gears of War hasn't gotten an entry in a very long time. That was one of the Xbox flagships. Not only is the first game being remade, it is coming to PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. Gears of War 1 Reloaded, crazy, I know, with the name, will be coming to PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox Series and PC.
But something that leaves me, something I have to ask about that is then Halo the only
Halo and Starfield and Fable.
Isn't Starfield coming to PlayStation?
That's not been announced. Still hasn't been announced. I've heard rumors and speculation, but it's been, 2 years since Starfield came out?
Yeah, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but everyone says it's coming. PlayStation pops up on work in progress Starfield. Okay, it's basically confirmed, but not officially.
Correct. Yeah.
So Starfield is eventually going to come.
Oh, speaking of stupid leaks, I can tell you exactly why Persona 4 Revival was announced, because I don't think it was going to be announced at all at this showcase. Yuri Lowenthal, the original voice actor for Yosuke, made a post online essentially saying, hey, I wanted to be the voice actor for Yosuke again, but Atlas told me no. So here I am telling you that I will not be the voice actor for Yosuke in the remake. Essentially confirming the remake before Atlas even talks about it.
I think it's fair then to say, though, that because you said they didn't give us much information. I think that's fair because it sounds like somebody else got the jump on it.
Yeah, exactly. So
and they had to release what they had to make it look more official.
Look, I love petty Yuri Lowenthal. I love petty Yuri.
People need to respect the original voice actors of things. I just want to say, I saw last week, the How to Train Your Dragon live action, and they got Gerard Butler, who is the voice actor of the dad Stoic in the animated version. They got him to play Stoic in the real one, and that was awesome.
He was on Jeopardy today.
Oh, good for Gerard Butler. That's my Phantom of the Opera. I love that man. Yeah, just respect the original voice actors, man. Let them have first dibs on things.
Exactly. I mean, granted, I get that Persona 4 is from 2000. It's an old game. It is a.
Oh, his voice don't work?
I know. I understand they wanted to make it. They did the same with Persona 3, but I don't think anybody in Persona. No, what's weird is they got the Persona 3 voice, some of the Persona 3 voice actors to come back, but as like side characters, like the old whoever the boxing guy's name, I can't think of his name right now. He's the cop in the remake. So
Poor Yuri.
Yuri's Spider-Man. I mean, he can't complain too much.
Am I seeing Sea of Thieves season 17?
This game's been out for a long fucking time, dude.
No, I just never heard of the season coming out, and now we're at... I feel like I heard the game came out, I watched the McElroy brothers play it for a bit, and then I never heard of it again.
I thought it was older than 2018. I guess it's not as long as I thought, but...
I think that, to be fair, I think the beta in early access came out in 2016 or 2018, because...
That would be why.
This is my nerdy information. The McElroy brothers left Polygon in 2017, and they were on the website before they left, so it had to be 2016.
Ah, that explains it. Age of Mythology Retold is coming for you Age of Mythology fans. It's not for me. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is finally coming to Xbox. It was a PlayStation and PC, and it was PlayStation exclusive, then it came to PC. Now it's finally coming to Xbox, as well as Final Fantasy 16, which is going to be the first Final Fantasy game I actually convinced Emily to play, because no, I need you to listen. I've told you this. Given story and characters, and it's not turn-based, I think this is up your alley.
But I already own 7, and I've already played a significant portion of 10.
10 is still my favorite, but 16... Emily, you'll love 16.
Kingdom Hearts basically count.
No, you will be playing 16.
I don't want to.
Oh, to be fair, let me say this. I didn't want to either, because every Final Fantasy after 10 disappointed me. If Julie didn't force me to do it, because I lost a bet, I wouldn't have done it, and I'm glad I did, because this is finally the first good Final Fantasy since 10.
Okay, I will consider it. Final Fantasy. I have a lot of games to get through. Here's my thought process. I know this is totally on tangent.
I know.
We have a lot of games we have to play, and a lot of games that just got announced. But I've decided next year, and I'm gonna replay all the stuff. There's been so many times I've been sitting in my room being like, I really want to replay Zelda. I really want to replay, and then I just go, no, I can't play. Next year, man, I'm gonna indulge all my whims.
Emily will be replaying all these things. I will be doing another backlog next year. I
will be playing the entirety of the Zelda series over again.
This was on my backlog this year. This is the first game I finished this year. Second game I finished this year. And I'm glad I did. It was worth it. Keeper, another indie game. I don't remember it too well. And this was the big announcement, which sucked. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. It looked like it was... The opening of this trailer actually looked sick, because we didn't know it was Call of Duty, and it didn't look like Call of Duty. It looked like some new first party IP. Let me see if we can get the opening sequence.
I did see the opening sequence.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a Call of Duty game.
I will say I know one person in my life who will be very excited about this.
I'm glad for
one person. Yeah. I'm very excited.
I am not. It's Black Ops 7.
Is that Viggo Mortensen? Wait, stop. Is that... What's his name?
Hold on. Wait, get rid of that.
For Call of Duty?
This is a render too. Like, this is 3D animated.
They got Jess from Gilmore Girls. That's incredible. Wait, I gotta...
So, there's your Call of Duty Black Ops announcement. I'm not looking forward to it.
I said the wrong person's name. What is this dude's name?
I didn't know. I just went with it, and I trusted your judgment. Juice.
Milo Ventimiglia. Okay, sure, that's his name.
Sorry,
I'm on this.
While you're doing that, Juice, what are we indulging in? Is it Is it
I would say me playing my Zelda games.
Oh, and play Final
Milo,
Fantasy 16.
Thank you guys. It is Milo. He is playing the David Mason in Black Ops 7. Good for him, man. He did Gilbert, and now This Is Us. Good for him. Good for him. I can't wait to tell my friend this.
And now we get to talk about the Switch 2 release day. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. We're at the end of the podcast, which the last thing we have to talk about is Switch 2 release date. On the Switch 2 release date, a lot of people who got their Switches had staples in the screen because a GameStop employee up in New York was stapling the screen. Good on GameStop today. They released an ad for Switch 2 restock and said now staple free. So good on them for calling themselves out.
Did they give those people new Switches?
I think they're yes, I think they're getting them replaced. I think they were required. It wasn't as many. The report made it seem like it was a ton of people. It was 3 or 4 people.
Okay, as long as those people are got new Switches.
Yeah, new people are getting those people are getting new Switches.
I will say good on the one good thing I think Nintendo did. Is they had enough stock. They prepped the stock long enough to get into.
Yes.
It seems like it's been readily accessible even on launch day and the day after launch. I was friends that there were still Switches available at Target, at Walmart, at Costco. GameStop had a few. Blake got one. And that's not because he was struggling to decide and so the fact that they're readily available, at least seeming to be able to buy these up and profit, I think is a really big win.
The thing is, mine wasn't even just readily available. I called the only GameStop that I called 2 GameStops. One didn't have any. The second one said they didn't have any. And then he called me 2 minutes later and said, I was wrong. We had a couple there where people didn't pick up their pre-order and it's outside the pre-order window. So you can technically purchase it. So
even if the fact that they didn't pick it up, the fact that you were able to, it wasn't comparatively looking at for say PlayStation 5 release, I think I had to wait a year at Best Buy in person to get one, to have access to one.
And I had to use a coworker who ended up being a scalper who said, "Oh, it's your birthday today. Click this link, add to cart, purchase." And I did, and I got my PS5 in late December of that year.
Yeah, Ju said she got hers on the 8th. Yeah, it came out the 5th. So you were able to pick yours up 3. Was it did you struggle? Did you have to go to? Did you just?
Yeah, I think I got mine the exact same day. I got mine Sunday. On Sunday, the Sunday after, so that was the 5th, the 6th, 7th. Yeah, on the 8th, so the same day as Juice.
Oh, you were day 3. You yelled at me and told me it was day 5. Fine.
Yeah, it was day 3.
You got it day 3. So
day 4 if you count the 5th.
I think that's pretty impressive. I think the fact that Nintendo was able to subvert a lot of scalpers, especially considering the pre-order mess they had canceled ahead of time, which is another mess. I think this one went off without a hitch, and it's not seeming like there were a lot extra because buying Switch 2s. It seemed like there were a lot extra because they made a lot extra. They were still really high.
Yeah.
Switches.
There were 3.5 million sold in the first 3 days, which is the highest of any console of all time. And there were still extras. Now, there are scalper prices still online, but you probably will get one if you wait. If you can't find one in your area, give it a month and you'll find one just fine.
Yeah, don't resort to this. We don't have to say this to you guys. You guys are smart. Don't resort to this.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah, I remember that because we did the same thing. We did the same thing on the same day.
So it's easy. I'm gonna do a quick review of Mario Kart World.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I will say this: I did not play one mode. I did not play battle mode yet, so that will not be reviewed.
That one's really good though. I heard that's the peak, or no, maybe I heard elimination mode.
Yeah, you heard Knockout Tour. We'll get to that last. Mario Kart, the characters are all wonderful because there's a ton of them now, including ones you wouldn't think of. All of the regular characters, not some of the extras. So Cow doesn't have any of these or the bloopers. However, people like Mario, Rosalina, all them, you can get lunches and change their outfits, and then you can permanently ride as that character in their new outfits. The best one being Waluigi as a vampire, called a Wampire. It's actually really good.
That's funny. Damn you, Nintendo, for making me find you comedic.
They did add some new mechanics in the forms of riding walls, rails, and doing tricks. If you're in the air, you don't just do one jump. You can jump multiple times and get boosts, and that's called a trick. You can hit walls, bounce off walls, and do a trick. You can ride on the walls, and then you can get on rails and do tricks while you're riding on rails to get more of a boost. Because
is
of
Link in the game?
There is no Link in the game. I will say this, and I think this is more funny, the fact that there's no Link in this game, and this is kind of lazy on Nintendo's part. I want you to pull up the Mario Kart World map, and I want you to tell me what it reminds you of. Actually, I'm going to show it here.
I got it, and it is literally Breath of the Wild.
Yep, it's exactly what I said.
Nintendo out here reusing every asset they can, but also not giving. Are you telling me that when Nintendo sat down and decided what characters were going to be in this game, they decided they need to bring in the Shadow and not Link? Oh, okay, so they have Wii Toad Factory.
Yeah.
DK Spaceport.
This is the Breath of the Wild map.
This is just the Breath of the Wild map. Like, look at, you got the castle in the middle, and then you go north to the big forest. Lost Woods would be. They've swapped the volcano and
the ice. That's the only thing that's swapped.
But then you have the desert in the bottom left.
Yep.
And then the bottom right, you have some tropics, it looks like.
Yep.
This is... Nintendo makes me so mad every day of my life.
I knew I was gonna bring that up. Okay, let me quickly get through this review. For the courses themselves.
The game. What's the point? Also, I just want to say, G, you're so right. I want the back. I want the traditional battles back.
The traditional what now? I'm sorry, I missed it.
The traditional, like, Mario Kart 64 battles where you had, like, 3 balloons.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Mario...
I think that before.
That was the best part of Mario Kart 64 was the balloons. Quickly go through how the modes work. You have normal races where you just pick one course and you go. If you do that, when you hit the course, you do the normal amount of laps and you're done. There's Grand Prix, works how you think. The Grand Prix consists of 4 races. However, it does change in the sense that essentially you do your first race is your normal laps around the first course, and then part of the next race is you driving to the next course, which is 1 lap, and then you do your laps around that course, and then it continues until the end.
I do think that's a neat addition. I do like that you can drive between the different courses.
Mm-hmm.
What I really want to ask you about is how much you've played of the open world mechanic, because I've heard that's not great.
I'm going to that towards the end as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I also now want to talk about online. Just quickly online. Online, they did the best thing they could in the world. Instead of going into a waiting room, choosing a map, and then continuously spamming, I'm using tilt controls over and over again.
So easy on me.
You are driving through the open world as you're waiting for the race to start.
Me?
Yeah, so that is also very, very nice. But here's where online falters, and this is not online's fault. This is not Nintendo's fault. This is just people who are going to play this game nonstop. Playing online is kind of miserable because 24 players, I mean, as you can already tell, it's going to be chaotic. But the biggest downside, I think, there are so many shortcuts and tricks to be faster. Like, it got to the point where I felt like because I didn't play the game all the time and was not looking for every shortcut, I was just never going to be good. And I'm like, okay, I just want to play online. There were people who played like that in 8, but 8, it was not as egregious. Those are people who just knew the meta build. So...
Sorry, I'm just laughing at our chat.
No, yeah, what a shame.
Talking about spamming like the same message over and over.
Go easy on me.
I do like that system for the online wait room. I always thought it was a little weird that.
Oh, and you're cutting out.
Where you revert.
You completely cut out. Say that again.
I always thought it was weird that the online wait room for Mario Kart was being Mario Kart picked play as you are to on top.
Yeah, you are not a Mii this time. I don't even think you can play as your Mii.
In the Mario universe for this one.
I don't even think you can play as your Mii this time. I think they got rid of all the Miis.
You know, I can accept that.
Yeah,
but is the Animal Crossing Villager still in it?
There's nothing that's not Mario related in it. Emily's going to kill somebody because she can't drive as Isabelle.
I don't even want to be Isabelle. I like the Villager with hair. What is my incentive to hand over Mario Kart 8 that has Link, Hyrule Map, my Animal Crossing Villagers, and Animal Crossing?
So, let's talk about open world. Because Emily's going to be stuck on this for a while if we don't. Open world is fine. It's cool to drive around the whole world. I think that is a neat addition. It should not have been advertised as the main feature. There are P switches you can hit to do some challenging things. They're fine. There are hidden peach coins to find, I guess. And there's Super Mario Kart blocks on the ground that you can run over that says you discovered it. Other than that, there's really not much. It's just okay. It's nothing impressive. But now we get to talk about the piece de la resistance. The best part of this whole fucking game is Knockout Tour. Think Fall Guys, but Mario Kart.
Okay.
So it is 6 tracks, and you start from one point, and you go all the way to the end of another point. And at the end of each track, aka checkpoint, if you're not in a specific place, you're out. So out of 24, if you're not in, I think it's 16th place for the first one, then those people are out. The top 16 are in, bottom 8 are out, etc. And it keeps going. And then the last lap is just 4 of you on that last lap. And it is so much fun and so chaotic. I was at a point where I was like in like 5th and 6th all the way through. And then in the second to last lap, I got into 3rd. Switching from 1st to 3rd. And then all of a sudden in the last lap, I was able to get into 1st and finish it. Like, it was so satisfying. I will say that I never felt like, at least on the with the CPUs and all that, and we don't play with a bunch of cheaters, I never felt like I was so far ahead that nobody could catch up. It actually had some tension to it. I felt like there was some. It didn't feel like cheating either. It felt like fair. I felt like there's just always tension on staying in the placement you're at. This all being said, Knockout Tour is like the reason to play new Mario Kart and Mario Kart World, and also appeasing my wife and making her happy. The most important reason.
I wanted to ask you 2 big questions.
Yes.
2 big takeaways for our listeners.
I guarantee you it's going to be what I was about to say, but we'll see.
I'll let you say what you're going to say first.
No. Just ask, because I want to see if it is now.
1, do you think this game is worth $80?
No.
And B, do you think this game is worth buying the Switch for?
I don't think it's a good Switch seller. Because once again, it's Mario Kart. There's only so much you can get out of Mario Kart. I think it's a good pickup and a good party game for friends. I don't think it's worth $80. So you didn't ask the question I thought you were going to ask. I don't think it's worth the $80. I do think it's worth picking up and playing with friends. I don't think it's worth getting a Switch 2 for alone, though.
I think that's the biggest issue the Switch 2 is going to face right now, is that its biggest seller, and its only Nintendo exclusive is Mario right now, but no, is a game, right? I personally do not have any incentive. Like, let's say this 2, right? I personally do not have any incentive to pick up a Switch 2 unless you had one, unless, made sure Allison could play it, made sure my friends here could play it. If I had people to play it with. Right?
Exactly.
And I think because people maybe aren't buying so fast, Nintendo's going to struggle a little because it's a game that other people to play, but other people, not everyone's picking up. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I agree that I don't think this is going to be the console pusher. I think the initial sales were just hype because it's the next Switch. The Switch sales are going to go down until something big comes, whatever that may be. Legends ZA might be a console pusher, I think, if anything. But other than that, we don't have Donkey Kong. I don't think is going to be a console pusher either, because not enough people.
I don't think that's going to be what pushes people to not buy Mario. The Donkey Kong's here now. I'll go drop that $500.
No. I don't think so either. I think they need their new 3D Mario game. They need another Smash. That will push. They need, huh?
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. I didn't think you were gonna say Smash.
They need Animal Crossing. There's a lot of pieces that they need.
And
I think
Zelda. You need a Zelda.
they need a Zelda. Yes, they need to release Wind Waker in the correct form on the Switch too.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a bit of a minute for me.
That's
and maybe
fair.
some other people. If you want to Switch too and you're listening, I don't judge you. I judge Blake.
I know.
But because I like judging Blake, you know, you it's your money. And if you enjoy the Switch 2 and you enjoy playing Mario, but for me, probably I'll be waiting. If you're not a huge thing, don't go out and buy it right now.
I will also say this. As a person who is enjoying Mario Kart World, there's something about 8, man, that I think 8 still is the superior game out of the two. There's just something about 8 in terms of courses and just the way it feels. Because this game also feels very different in terms of drifting and all that. Like it was an adjustment. 8 just feels right every time I play it. Like 8 it feels like the perfect Mario, the quintessential Mario Kart game.
It is interesting. I wonder. So it's interesting to me that Mario Kart 8 had so many different characters from so many different Nintendo IP. And then it's interesting to me as well that Smash Bros. For Switch had a lot of non-Nintendo characters, but also the different Nintendo characters from different IP. And then they went to like, you know, Joker and Sora and Steve from Minecraft. And they like really reached out for these characters. And now it seems world they've really restricted their character pool to exclusively Mario Kart. And I wonder if they're going to again release a pack where you have to pay for all these side characters, or they're going to do what 8, which is like first packs, but you get characters or something.
So remember from OG Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, the Link and the Animal Crossing characters were paid DLC. You had to pay for them on the Wii U.
That makes sense then. That I did not have a Wii U. I did not. Yeah. I bought Mario Switch later down the road.
The only free
was not $8 for me. But
the only free DLC I remember from Mario Kart 8 Vanilla on the Wii U was the Mercedes cars. The Mercedes-Benz partnership cars that came out on the Wii U, and I got those for free.
I do think, though, it's a weird jump to, like, again, remembering that Mario Kart World is the only Nintendo right now. I do think it is weird to ask players to go from where they have already paid for, like, 100 extra courses, right? And they already have all the to jump to now a game that has fewer characters, fewer courses, and you're going to have to buy more DLC. I feel like Nintendo I don't think they're making their point very well, especially when you
Oh, you cut out at the end, the very end there.
I was just saying when you remember that the only other Nintendo game is a $10 tutorial on how to use the console.
Which I will not be
I don't think they're
Plus
making,
you have to pay $90 to finish it.
Yeah, I don't think they've made this attractive to a lot of people. I think a lot of people will be. I think a lot of people are excited for a new Mario Kart play it.
I think Nintendo is doing what they always do. They get cocky when they have a successful launch. The Wii was successful. They got cocky with the Wii U and barely tried and barely released anything worth it, and it flopped. The Switch, they realized we're in deep shit if we don't get this fixed. All right, they released the Switch. Huge success. They got it together. They released a lot of like interesting things. Breath of the Wild right next to it. They really released Mario Kart, sure, but like they had a lot of good things with it. And now they're like, oh, we're cocky again. We're going back and doing what we did with the Wii U and releasing the Switch too. They did it with the GameCube as well. Huh?
They're already selling a lot is the thing. Like 3.5 million units in 3 days.
Yeah. You know why though? I guarantee you most of those numbers are because scalpers thought they had people. Scalpers thought they were going to be able to scalp.
I guess time will tell. We'll see. We could be talking a year from now, and there could be a Zelda game coming. They're already out.
We can get Animal Crossing next week, and Emily would be buying a Switch 2 next week.
It's so true, though. So true. The way I would be like, all right, guys, time. But as of this moment, yeah, I think I stayed pretty consistent that I'm not going to be rushing out for a Switch 2 until it gives me something to rush out for. I'm pretty happy with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But you know what? There are some fun features in World that I'd like to play, but that's not anything I'm rushing on.
She'll be able to try it when I come to visit her in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So.
We're just, it's taking time. I think everybody, all the Nintendo fans are eventually. What game is make it worth? Whether Nate said he's waiting for Pokemon ZA. I'm obviously waiting for Animal Crossing or Zelda. I know other people are Animal Crossing or like. But I think this one. I think it's still going to sell well, and I think it's going to do well. I just think as a Switch, it's not going to do it all. People coming in as more games start releasing.
On that note, I think it's time we call it because we are significantly over time.
We are way over time. This was a big one, though. We had a lot happen.
Now, the next one won't be as long, but I'm saying this not as a reminder to chat and all of you who I love dearly. I'm saying this as a reminder specifically to Emily that our next episode in 2 weeks is going to be on the story of Expedition 33.
Are you sure?
Yep. Also, that one has to... Yeah.
Are you positive? Oh, it is. Oh, no.
Yep. We had a date. It's the 3rd, July 3rd. That's the day.
A quarter of the way through Act 2. I've played a good amount of Act 2, I think.
Was the last thing you did was getting Minoko?
I'm in this place after Minoko.
You're in
I can't remember what it was. We went to the Forgotten Fort, the Forgotten Battleground, and then we got Minoko. And then I left after I got Minoko. I don't remember where I went.
You're not going to fight the Axons yet.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm gonna do my best.
My God, I can't wait for you to actually get through this story. You have more than 2 weeks because we're doing this. This is Monday, but
I think I'm really struggling with the fact that I'm not enjoying it as much as I would have, and I'm also really struggling with the fact that every person and I'm not getting that feeling.
You cut out again. You're struggling with.
Everybody loves the game. Everybody loves the game. Everybody's obsessed with the game. And it's like the gameplay. It's fine.
I think Act 1 took a lot of the joy out of you, and I think that's understandable. Spoilers, but
it's not even just the story. I mean, I think the story is still the most compelling part, even though I'm really bummed it ended. I still really like the story. Honestly, I just think so far the game doesn't have anything else. It is like a combat. There's not really any world exploration. I haven't really and everyone keeps saying it's coming, but I haven't really stumbled upon it. Side stuff or anything like that. So far, the game is exclusively combat, and there's only so much about it that I can do before I get bored, left.
Yeah, Allison opened my door, which is my sign that it's time.
Okay. We're leaving. We're gonna talk about Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
And if she doesn't finish, then I would have her watch all the cutscenes.
That might honestly be the way it goes down.
I hope not.
Really trying, but honestly, it's keeping me. It's like at that point where I feel anxiety about the fact that I have a, but also it's keeping me from playing other games because I say Expedition because I have to Expedition 30, so I just don't play.
Expedition 33 is officially my favorite game of all time, but this just shows that everyone has different tastes and everyone's opinions are valid, unless
and it could still be the greatest game on earth. I'm just not in that mindset right now. I just need to chug through it. It's starting to feel like a chore a little bit, but I just needed to do the chore.
I think it's because of the deadline, but
it's a little bit of everything, but I'll beat it.
Yeah. You can watch me stream at twitch.tv/thebeardedblake show. I will be live the next 2 days with God of War. I will not be here on Thursday because things. Emily, once we get her computer stuff fixed, we'll be playing Resident Evils.
You can't even shame me for not. Normally, this is the part of the show where shames me
That's
for
why
not
I didn't.
A long time. And I tried, and it failed. My computer said no.
So
I am going to be trying. My plan tentatively is Wednesday night when I get back. Stuff if I have a Dreamlight Valley stream. I don't know if anyone but the new update drops on Feral for those. So I'm going to tentatively try to stream that on Wednesday night. But if it's not working, it's not working. So we'll just do our best.
Cool. We will see you guys in 2.5 weeks. And if you're on YouTube, it will be less than that because we did this early and you're getting this on Friday. We love your beautiful faces. We will see you then. And remember, don't be stupid. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Juice. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Juice.
Thanks
to our
YouTube viewer. What was
I was going to say our YouTube